Hello again, welcome back to True Cracks TV. Thanks for joining me today, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm at the beautiful Doffcocker Lodge in Bolton. There's a path going all around the outside, so I'm going to get behind the camera, I'm going to show you what it's like, and I'll tell you a little bit about the place. Let's go. Right, so here we go. I mean, look at all these birds here. Put the camera down a bit without, wouldn't it? Look at all these. I think someone's just given them a load of feed. My God, here he comes. I think he's after me, him. I'm going to stay away from him. He doesn't look too happy. Dear oh dear. I was going to get some bird feed. They've got a little dispenser over here. This one, I don't know if he's the same one, but my God, take it easy. I'll just show you over here. We do have a duck feeder here. You pay contactless, pay £1. Bread makes ducks ill, and it does not contain the right nutrition or calories that they need to grow and keep warm. Rotting bread pollutes the water and causes nasty surface algae, which kills local wildlife and gives ducks diseases. Something to note there. I never knew that. Look at them two, they're fighting, them two. They're fighting over a bit of feed. It's the animal world for you. Going absolutely crackers. Right. We'll start make a move now because it's not so warm. And we'll come back and see this lot when they've calmed down a bit. Here we go. Let's get going. I'm starting to shiver here a bit. Last time I was out of breath going up that hill, but a little bit chilly. It's 6 degrees now, but they are when I get going. Bloody hell, they're making some racket, them, aren't they? Dear oh dear. Yeah, so Doffcocker Lodge. You can just see it there. If I turn the camera around, and it's pretty big. Was originally built as a mill lodge. It was built in 1874. Now I think where the water come out to power the mill is somewhere down over to my left. Let's just go out near the water here. I think it's over there. There's a little bridge where the water flows down. As we get around the lodge, I'll show you. The mill itself has long since been demolished. That was demolished in 1972. But obviously, the lodge still remains. And it was designated as Bolton's first nature reserve in 1992. And it remains so until 2000. Just going to swing the camera just so you can see. Obviously since then, since 92 when it was designated as a nature reserve, many improvements have been made. You've got this path now which winds all the way around the lodge, directly next to it, as you can see there. I'm going to go and try and do a one-handed trick here and put my gloves on, because I'll tell you what, it's not warm. Let's see if I can manage this without shaking the bloody camera too much. There we have got. I've got one on with £3 gloves from Home Bargains. I've made up with them. So this lodge here, look again, I mean, it's big. I don't think it's giving you an impression of the size. And it's all, the amount of manpower, and I'll say boy power, because back then they had bloody young lads working, grafting, didn't they? From like, as young as 10 years old, so I've read. I'm just going to swing the camera over to the left here, because, hello, I don't want to get anybody's faces on the camera, the old GDPR. Yeah, the amount of manpower gone in to building this, absolutely immense. Would have been amazing to see it being built back in the day. But there you go. But now we've got this beautiful place to explore. Oh, let's take this little detour here. This will just take us right next to the water again. Oh, there's a bench here. I'm saying there's a bench as if I've never seen one before. But last time I was up here was summer, obviously end of November now, and this wasn't here. Let's have a look. Oh, this is brilliant. Poo bags and dog treats with love from Rambo. I don't know who Rambo is. Please be kind and only take what you need. Look at that there. That's great, isn't it? I'll not take none because I've not got a dog. Beautiful. And it's even lovelier in the summer. It does get quite busy around here during the summer on that piece of grass. Over here, this outcrop, you do get people playing music quite loudly and having barbecues. And so it's not something that I'm really into. For me, it tends to take away the peaceful nature of it. But there you go. Let's move on. Oh, I think I've lost a glove and all. I've got one glove on. I've got one glove. Got me one glove on. Hope I've not dropped it on car park. Anyway, never mind. They're only £3 anyway. Let's get back on this path, and then I'll tell you the. It's a bit muddy, and I'll tell you the folklore on how Doffcocker, the name Doffcocker, became so. So, legend has it that the doff means remove, and cocker, your cockers, refers to like your socks or your stockings. So apparently a Scotsman was passing through the locality, and because the stream which supplies the lodge was quite high at the time because of a lot of rainfall, he had to remove his stockings. He didn't want to get them wet, you know. So he had to doff his cockers. Hence the name Doffcocker. There is another version that it's of Celtic origin, and it means dark, winding stream. Now, which one is actually true, I suppose we'll never know. I like the doffing the cockers one. I really do. So, I think I'm going to stick with that one. I'm just going to move into a little bit of a wooded area here now. You might be able to hear the cars again as we're just moving towards Mossbank Way. And as we get around this corner, the sound of the cars will dissipate away. Again, dissipate, that was for my deputy head teacher at school, Mrs. Ultram. This quite scatty woman. If she's made it this far and listening, I'm really impressed. So if you have, Mrs. Oh, well done. Nice to have you with me. I used to come up here in the early 80s when I was a young lad, playing up all around here with my mates. And some really great times, good memories of Doffcocker. I remember one time the lodge being completely frozen over one winter, and you could get on it, you know, and get on the ice and mess about on it. And it's quite vivid in my mind because my good friend Martin Cheetle at the time, who we were with, he went through the ice, and he was all right, you know. He did, you know, nothing bad happened, but it makes you think at the time it could have been far worse. If Martin Cheetle's watching this, and not seen him since primary school, hello. I do get a swan's nesting down towards the end of this path as well. Right next to the path, they tend to nest, and very defensive of the nest, and they do tend to nip a bit. So if you do come up here and have a look and you see the swans, I'd advise just getting yourself off to the side of the path, because they might just give you a little nip here and there. I mean, they don't hurt, but you're bringing young kids up, it's not the best, is it? Let's see if I can show you these over to the left here. I'm not a twitcher, so I don't know the common names of the birds, but I don't know if you can see these here. These little islands or rafts have been built in the middle of the water, so these birds can come and nest. So they can nest in peace over here without fear of predation. So any kind of any birds I'll see, I'll see if I can get them on the camera. I might have to. Oh, hello. I have to pick up some of the names if possible. This is kind of a separate body of water here. The path runs right through it here. This is a separate body of water. There is a volunteer group that looks after the lodge, and they do some fantastic work. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the name. I don't want to do it an injustice and guess at it. I do know it. It's somewhere in my 50-odd-year-old brain. I'll go and have a look online later and find out proper name, and I'll put it in the description. But they do some fantastic work around here. You know, chopping down picking out the old dead wood and clearing the path. It does get quite overgrown, you know, when it comes to summer, and some parts of the path are inaccessible. So they do some amazing work in keeping it a beautiful place for the locals to access, and not just locals, you know, anybody can come. It's free, obviously. Nice little car park when you get in. Little feed for the ducks and for the birds. There's another path that leads straight up here, but that'll take you out of the lodge and into Markland Estate up here. So I'm going to turn left. I'll go down this way. It's quite a short walk, this. Not as long as my last one, but Walker Forward. You've only basically got one path, which is just a big path all the way around the lodge. And so if you, like I mentioned before, if you just want to get out, get some steps in and appreciate nature, then 25 minutes, that's all you're looking at, really. So this will be a short one today. Just got someone coming up here with a pram. She's doing two things at once. She's pushing some sort of walk around on a phone. Hello, doggy. But I don't want to show it on camera, but she's got a walker. I thought it was a pram, but it's a dog carrier. It's like a pram, but for dogs. Never seen out like it. Never floats your boat, isn't it? Lovely. Just that outcropping of land I mentioned, where people have barbecues and play loud music in the early evening, is just round here. So we'll stop and just have a look there. I come up here quite often in the summer after I finish work, because I live about 5 minutes down the road from here, which I'm very grateful for. Such a beautiful place to access right on my doorstep. And I quite often come up here after work just to release any tension, anxiety, and just get some fresh air. When you're stuck in a building all day working in stuffy air, it's not good for you, is it? It's nice to get out and get some fresh air and do a bit of deep breathing and meditation. It's bloody I know that. But as like Walkerfold, the difference in summer is marked, totally different. They both have the pros and cons. I'm not saying it's unpleasant coming up in the winter. Personally, I much prefer it in the summer. It's nice, but then it being like this, it just makes you appreciate the summer all the more, doesn't it? I'll just get out to the edge of the water. Like I said, around here on this little outcrop, you do get, I don't want to call them numpties, but for me, the barbecue's going, the bloody loud music and all racket. It doesn't feel like there's some sort of discrepancy to what this place represents and to what the those noisy folk bring. But I still marvel at the place, and to think that this lodge was purpose built to power a mill, which I would assume would be a water wheel of some kind. Oh, it's getting bloody hellfire, and I went again then. Past this here. So we've not got far to go here. We're just going to come up to the part shortly where I think where the water wheel may have been located. I'm sure there's plenty of people who know the history of Doffcocker, the location of the mill, which was demolished in '72, and how the whole thing, how the lodge and the mill all kind of work together. So if anybody's watching this who does have more intricate knowledge of how everything worked and the history of it, I would love to know. Please let me know in the in the comments, or I'll get in touch. Oh dear, I nearly went there. A little dog, he nutmegged me and went through my legs. A good job it weren't a very big dog. It did have been like high horse silver, like the Lone Ranger on his back, and ran off with me. They were very popular for dog walkers around here, kind of families and all ages really. It does get quite busy in the summer, but not unpleasantly so, except for the numpties playing music and smelly barbecues over there. But you can't have everything, can you? Obviously we'll get all them birds when we get back over to the top. There's absolutely bloody loads of them. Absolutely loads of them. Now they've got the feeder there. People paying £1 and get some feed, and bloody birds are not daft, are they? They'll know. They're probably waiting on for someone else. Tell you what, shall we get some feed? Considering it's a contactless payment, I've got my phone on me, and I can afford £1. If the camera's wobbling about a bit, I'm dodging all these puddles. Now then, so just up ahead here, this little bridge. Now, like I said, I may be wrong, but it looks, well, it does make sense in my mind that this is where the water will come out here and then And as it moves down this little ramp, let me just show you. See this? Where this water would come out from the lodge here, underneath the bridge, and it kind of narrows over here where the hill is, and then a waterway would be powered down the bottom. That would imply that the mill was somewhere down there, so I may be wrong, I'm not sure. I've tried to dig out some pictures of the mill. I've seen and managed to find a couple of pictures of the mill as it was being demolished in 72. For people who are maybe a little bit older than me will remember the mill being demolished and where it was located specifically, but I don't. But this could have been built after the destruction of the mill. I'm not sure, but please do let me know if you know any more than me. Get over this bridge here now, and then we're getting back to the start. Like I say, you've got a little car park here which is free to use. It's not as big as Walkerfold car park. I think you can get about 50, there's about 15 spaces on there, but I've never seen this car park full up, so if you do come up in your car, I don't think you'd have any trouble finding a parking spot. So, like I say, I haven't got zoom on this, but you can see down at the bottom there, see where that bridge is there we've just come off, and where it narrows and it comes all the way down here. Go see this little gate there. It's been raining a lot, that gets quite a bloody load of water come through there. It's quite noisy. There we are. That with all the, well, I'll say geese and we've got seagulls, I think. Are they seagulls? And seagulls and ducks. I can't pick out the one who was after me before, but he wasn't keen on me, I know that. He didn't like the look at my face. I think this might be him here. Yeah, steady on, Cock, you're alright. He's alright, because I'm going to give you... Oh, this one's getting a bit feisty. I'm going to give you some... I'm going to give you a bit of food. I'll be going crackers in a minute, won't I? Look at him now on the top of that. No, scared him away, sorry. Right, let's go over here. I'll have to get my glove off now to get to my fingerprint reader on my phone. I have dropped my glove. There she is. Look at that. Some would say that was synchronicity, wouldn't they? That I'd come to get the feed, and that would lead me to my glove. I'd just be lucky. I'd just be fortunate. So there we go. Let's try this here. Does it work? Oh bloody hell! All right, so I've got to use my hand. I thought it would give you. Yeah, it'd be daft, wouldn't it? Give you a container with it. There you go. Right, I'm going to get as close as I can to them, and then I'm going to waz them, as they say. You ready? They know as well. Look at him. Look, he knows. Go on. What the hell? I'm getting marched on here. Hang on, let me get some. I'll go back and get some more. There was some left. Them poor bloody geese didn't get any at all then. Let's get some more here. There. Get ready for these geese. Otherwise, if I don't give them, they might bloody eat me. There you are. I've not got none, Cock, sorry. I'm all gone. Oh dear. Funny, isn't it? You know, some people, I know a mate of mine who really rational fear of birds. So I'll just keep still. Some lovely colours of these birds. I wish you knew a bit more about them. I could tell you exactly what they all are. How do? Fantastic. Amazing. Well, anyway, birdies, I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice. There we go. Anyway, as always, thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you like my content, please, all that bloody way, and I've messed up, please consider subscribing. I will leave the directions in the description, the Google Map coordinates, you know, so you can come up and have a look for yourself. How silly.